So Sonic thinks he's won because he destroyed all my generators. Well, the mind control cannon is full enough for what it has to do. I will have the last laugh!
The last laugh? How is laughing last special? Isn't that like being the slowest one to get the joke?
Yeah, I laugh last all the time. People look at me like I'm an idiot. Forget about it.
That's because you are an idiot.
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. There's nobody else here, so I must be talking to you. Why haven't we fixed your voice chip yet?
Yo, quit busting my batteries over here. I've been working on it all day.
What does that even mean? Oh, never mind. In a few seconds, it won't matter anyway, since the world will have only one thing on its mind.
What's that, boss?
Me. This can't be happening! It's backfiring! Impossible! How? Ta-da!
Yo, what do you mean impossible? Your plans have been crushed by Sonic for like, ever. He stopped you like it's his job or something. In fact, I can't remember a plan he didn't stop.
What are you talking about? He hasn't stopped all of them.
Name one.
Read the attention pad.
Thank you, buddy! Hey, my voice! It's back! All right!
Ah, there's the sweet sound by auditory processors new and loved.
Now I remember why we changed his voice chip. No matter, I may have suffered a setback, but this thing's far from over. I will crush Sonic!
I get an A for effort, that's for sure!
Aloha everybody and welcome to part 19 of my playthrough of Sonic Colors. And ladies and gentlemen, Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park is about to go bye-bye. And it's all thanks to our boss fight with Big Arm / Globotron all the way back in Tropical Resort.
Critical system failure. Repeat, critical system failure. All attraction access is temporarily suspended. Please evacuate the park via the emergency exit ahead. This is all your fault. Critical system...
Hey, Tails.
Yeah?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Good, so it's not just me.
When I feel the ground shaking under my feet and see plumes of dust rising and rubble tumbling and aliens running for their lives, yeah, I get a bad feeling. So, how about you and me make like Eggman's hairline and recede?
This isn't joke time. This is running to the space elevator time.
Sorry, couldn't help myself. We're out of here.
Yeah, we're running now.
So now we're in the final zone of the game, Terminal Velocity. I call it a final zone, but I still don't really consider it part of the main 6. Because, like, the main 6 have 6 acts, a boss fight, you have red rings to collect, and, like, lots of platforming and stuff. But, like, Terminal Velocity is basically just an endgame scenario. We have 2 small acts accompanied with a final boss fight. And there's not really much to it other than that. So it's more just a final section. We're doing this entire zone, if you can call it that, in like 10-15 minutes. That's including the DS version. So Let's get into it, why don't we? So Terminal Velocity Act 1 is an auto runner. You're constantly going down this elevator, and you have to dodge a lot of the badniks that shoot lasers at you, very Sonic Unleashed-esque. You gotta watch out when you're running around this white area, because there are orange pipes sticking out that you absolutely need to jump over, because Sonic will stumble and trip on them. And when he stumbles, he doesn't take damage, he doesn't lose rings, but if these guys are shooting lasers at you and stuff, and you stumble, like I jumped over it right there, right there, right there, those things can trip Sonic, and if Sonic is stumbling while those lasers are coming at you, well then you will take damage, and then you will lose rings. And the thing that's kind of sucks about Terminal Velocity Act 1, although it's not a very long level, and I don't think it's that challenging either, but it doesn't have a checkpoint here. If you die at the very end of the stage, you have to restart all the way back from the very beginning. So you gotta make sure that you're collecting rings, you gotta make sure that you're not taking too much damage. The Motobugs here can catch up to you if you're not boosting, so make sure you get out of the way in case they start to sneak up on you. And again, if you're going for the S rank, just keep collecting rings, don't get hit, keep sidestepping so you can get the quick step bonus, and this level's just really thrilling. The theme song of Terminal Velocity is so good, and just the idea of Sonic running down the elevator to get back to Earth while all these badniks keep trying to kill him. Oh my god, it is such a fun level, just in terms of the atmosphere and stuff. I love this place quite a bit. So at the very end, we get chased by this purple guy. This is actually where a lot of people end up dying a lot in Terminal Velocity. And what I do at first is, I let the guy keep swinging at me, I let him catch up to me, I don't boost at all. And every time he's about to swing at me, I just jump over it, and it's very easy to get the timing of that, right? But as soon as the Motobugs show up and the camera angle starts to change a little bit, that's when I go into full-on boost mode, and I make sure I have a full bar of boost, because if I don't have a full bar of boost, this can get a little bit tricky when you're dodging lasers with the bad camera angle, and dodging Motobugs and stuff, you know? But if you have a full bar, you can literally boost from the Motobug section to the very end. There's no goal ring, it just sort of fades to white, and that's the end of the stage. And, booyah, S rank again. I think that level's pretty damn fun. It's just an auto runner for the most part, but, it's thrilling, what can I say?
Time to bail!
Isn't there...
It can't be!
Leaving so soon!
There are no lines, and I've saved the best rides for last! At least let me stamp your hand so you can come back in!
I know you're trying to be clever with this whole amusement park pun thing, but it's just coming off lame. So just say you're going to destroy us and stop embarrassing yourself.
Curse you, Sonic! Not only do you foil my plans, but you foil my speeches as well! I work hard on them! No matter, I will destroy you, and I will be victorious! Is that better?
Like a million times better. Thank you.
This robot is special! He's powered by the energy from your little friends! He is invincible! So I'd say it's been nice knowing you, but it hasn't.
I have to admit I'm a little scared. I don't think we can beat this guy.
See you on the ground, buddy.
Huh? Sonic, no!
Just got one last thing to do. As for you...
Okay, so first up, we're going to be taking on the DS version of Eggman. And this is the entirety of the DS Terminal Velocity, by the way. You don't have 3 acts or like 2 acts in a boss fight like in the Wii version. This is the only Terminal Velocity section in the DS version. It starts off pretty similar to Act 1, where we're running down the elevator. But the difference is, we're actually fighting Eggman right now. Eggman is chasing us in his Nega-Wisp robot, and you have to constantly boost every now and then because the purple arm thing that's trying to crush you is catching up to you. It's not insta-kill, it just damages you and makes your rings scatter. But it will keep catching up to you, so you want to boost every now and then, or run into dash pads that are scattered throughout the elevator. And you just want to make sure you keep following the trail of rings, but I always run into white walls constantly in this level because they come up so fast. Like, even when I'm not boosting, it's just like they just come immediately, and it's hard to react to all this stuff. So I should preface the boss fight right away by saying that you have to get all of Eggman's wisps away from him in order to initialize the final part of it. And how that happens is you need boost energy, and every time he tries to attack you, you have to boost into Eggman in order to steal a wisp from him. Right now he just did burst. A whole bunch of sparks fly all over the place, and you have to stand in the one spot that there aren't sparks. And then he lands, and when you boost into him, you steal burst, and you'll see under Sonic that I have a burst wisp on me. So now that's mine, and Eggman can't use that attack anymore. He will never use the burst move ever again for the rest of this boss fight. Now I just got Rocket Wisp. He occasionally sends rockets, and then at the very end he sends the cockpit at you. You boost into the cockpit when it rises up. Here he's using Drill Wisp. He swings at you 3 times, and you want to boost into the swinging arm each 3 times, and then he'll land, and you boost into it a 3rd time to get that Drill Wisp. And now he's going to do... I don't know. Oh yes, now he's going to do laser. So he's going to keep shooting these lasers at you, and eventually he's going to do this charge-up shot, and you have to boost into the cockpit so that he will shoot the laser into Eggman, and then you'll get the laser wisp. And now he's doing the void wisp. He's going to start shooting this black hole in the middle. You want to keep running away from it, and eventually the cockpit will come closer to you so he can shoot a laser at you, but if you boost into it, you'll get the void wisp. There's a lot of explanation with this boss fight. A lot of people are probably going to see a lot of cycles repeat over and over again because they don't know that they have to boost into Eggman in order to get the wisps away from him. You need all 5 wisps that Eggman has in order to initialize the final hit. And it's pretty simple. Once all 5 wisps are in your possession, Eggman charges up a big fuck-off laser to kill you, and then Sonic gets the power of the wisps, and you just mash Y in order to destroy Eggman once and for all. This is the final boss fight of the DS version. This is Eggman in all his glory. We have freed the wisps. We have beaten Eggman. That's how we go. There's a lot of explanation for that fight, but you need to boost into him in order to get those wisps away from him, is basically all I need to say. So, yeah, that's Terminal Velocity in the DS version. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take on Eggman for reals here in the Wii version, and this fight's a lot better in my opinion. And it's got a fantastic soundtrack, and once again, Eggman is utilizing the power of wisps in order to fight you. So right there he used Cube, and he drops a whole bunch of cubes that you have to sidestep in order to dodge. And every time he uses a wisp power, he eventually like slows down, and you sort of want to get up to him and homing attack the arm, and then you just keep mashing A at that point because you're homing attack the arm, then you go further up the arm, and then you hit the cockpit, and then you do the whole slow-mo, whoa, and then you just homing attack Eggman one last time. And that's pretty simple. You just keep mashing A. There's no QTEs in Sonic Colors, which I'm thankful for. Like, even when you hit the ramps and it does, like, the incredible, outstanding, amazing, all you do is push A, you know? So, you don't have to worry about that. Also, when I finish the homing attack chain, I boost into him as well, so I can get more rings and deal more damage to speed up the fight, because, you know, rings get you an S rank, and beating the guy really quickly also gets you an S rank as well. But we saw a laser. He occasionally sends the laser like from the left to right. You just have to jump over it in time. He'll combine wisp powers as well. So here we have cube and laser. And you just have to know that, like, if there's a cube in the back, it's going to shoot the laser into that, which will go into the other cubes. So you want to be to either the left or right. You don't want to be in the middle, like, you know, because that'll be deadly. Eventually, you'll just keep taking more wisps. Unlike the DS version, when you take wisps from Eggman, he'll still be able to do that ability. Like, just because I have laser and cube with me right now, he can still do those things. Occasionally he'll drop spikes. You can jump over those very carefully with perfectly timed jumps. And that's pretty much all the abilities I could think of. He has other combinations. I don't know why I didn't take damage there. You literally saw the cube explode too, but for some reason I didn't take damage. So, I don't know. Whatever. The lasers and stuff get a lot faster as the fight goes on. The music gets a lot more intense as the fight goes on, because we're actually hearing an orchestral version of Reach for the Stars, and it's pretty fantastic.
You horrid little hedgehog!
Unlimited colors! Laser! Drill! Spikes! Rocket! You! Power! Frenzy!
And once you've dealt out enough damage to Eggman, eventually the Wisps will combine, and you'll just push the Z button, and then you'll do a homing attack, and that'll be it for him. You don't even have to mash Y like you do in the DS version. Not the hardest final boss fight in the world, but you know what I'm thankful for? No crazy boss monster, no god form, no crazy, like, plot twist. Eggman's the final boss, and you don't need to be supersonic. I enjoy that quite a bit. At least in the Wii version, anyway. But, we are getting very close to done with the Wii version. So, that's a pretty fun boss fight, if I do say so myself.
My head! Who turned out the lights?
At Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, you can feel comfortable knowing your safety is our number one priority.
Oh, shut up!
This might not end well.
Okay, so now we're doing Act 2 of Terminal Velocity, and this place we're just running again. This time we don't have Badniks to worry about, but the black hole is starting to suck up pieces of the elevator, so every now and then a pit will show up and you'll need to jump over it. But just keep sidestepping, keep paying attention, make sure you absolutely see any holes that are coming up, and they will surprise you, let me tell you. But just keep running and running and running and running and running, and oh god.
Sonic, are you okay? Man, I can't believe you made it through that.
Like you thought I wouldn't?
The only thing I was thinking about was getting pushed into an elevator.
Well, a hedgehog's gotta do what a hedgehog's gotta do.
Great job, Sonic.
Thanks, but I had a little help during that last part.
He said, thank you for saving us.
You're welcome. Thank you for saving us.
He says, you are welcome.
That thing's translating pretty good.
Yep, I finally got all the kinks out. We can talk to them perfectly now. Oh, great. He says, goodbye, my friends, I have to go. Just when I got this thing working.
Better late than never, buddy. Right on.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ending of Sonic Colors. But stay tuned for part 20, because we're not actually done the DS version. There is a reason we collected those Chaos Emeralds, and there is a little bit extra. So stay tuned for that.